Welcome to Dr. Janet Franco's new show, aka Soulful Rosie, with her co-host and resident physician of her Triple Crown of Health and Wellness, Dr. Denise Tropea, as they delve into the world's most advanced health sciences available and bring the experts to you. Soulful Rosie's life continues on her long, tenacious journey as a humanitarian, supporting our veterans and those who suffer. This earned her Woman of the Year with My Vegas Magazine 2018. Dr. Denise is a longtime podiatrist and foot surgeon in Las Vegas, Nevada. Tune in now as they embrace the love with Dr. Franco's heartfelt insights and Dr. Denise with her vast knowledge of science and medicine, the dynamic duo of complementary healthcare and healing. Reach out to them online. They would love to hear from you. They are excited to spend the next hour with you on the Soulful Rosie and Friends live television show.
Well, welcome. This is Dr. Janet Franco, also known as Soulful Rosie, and we are excited. This is our second show of hopefully a long-term, week-to-week with you all, and we're really excited to bring you the Triple Crown of Health and Wellness. I've been in this industry over 40 years now. Oh my goodness, 40 years doing this, and I'm so excited to now launch what we have been wanting to do for a very long time. So today what we're going to have is our little rose petals to open our shows. And the rose petal is really that insight of love, especially in the time we're living in. So today I want to talk about the law of intention. And the law of intention is pretty powerful. The law of intention basically states that 99% of life is intention. 1% is action. Think about that for a minute. 99% of your life is intention. So I'm going to explain what intention is in a minute here, but 1% is action. So you'll see on the screen there's a pretty cool, hopefully it's up there, the graphic says, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but bringing in the new, Socrates. So that's pretty powerful. We have another one that I picked for this week, and it's think abundantly. Energy flows through intention. So I wanted to talk to you guys about what happened to me recently and how I personally use intention, because I'm still a human. We go through things, we suffer things, but it's really not what we suffer or what we go through, but it's what we do with what we have. Do we respond versus react in the situations in our life, especially the way the world is right now? So behind me, you'll notice there's a couple rocks or stones right here on this table. And I want to share with you, a few weeks ago, I have been working with veterans for a very long time. And I deal with a lot of suicidal veterans and those with PTSD, and now it's a lot of people that are suffering from these conditions. And mental illness is rampant in our country and in our world. And fear is a habit. Did you know that? Fear is a habit. So I want to share today what happened to me a few weeks ago when I was in overwhelm. I'm like, God, what do I do with all of that that's happening? I feel pretty solid in where we're going as a world and how we're opening up and the love is starting to come on the planet like never before. But people that don't understand that, they're scared, and I want to have the right words that God gives me, not so much Janet or Soulful Rosie or whatever else you want to call me. So I was taking a walk with my dog a few weeks ago, and right at the time I was praying for answers, literally, right at the time, and I have people to attest to this because it happened. My dog went over to a bush to do his thing, right? And I looked down, and what do I see? I see a stone, I see a rock. And the rock, actually the first one I saw was right here. Look at this. It was at the bush that I just prayed about. Help me love people more. Help me love myself more to get through these times. And look at the stone. It says love, right? Okay, so that's not all. So then we're walking a little bit longer because we go about 2 to 3 miles a day. And I was praying again about something very apropos to what I'm going to show you. And this is how the law of intention works. All I did was ask. Asking shall be given, right? So I asked for some answers. And I ask that God shows me that he's there for me during these times. And guess what this rock says? God loves you. Seriously, this really happened. And then the third time, it was a couple days later, and again, I woke up having a little bit of a rough morning, dealing with my own emotions, and we went to another part of town for our walk. And Princeton then went over there and did his thing again. And guess what? I was asking God, what is it about my life that I could change? What is it about my intention that I can change? But guess what? I put the intention out. I hope you're getting this. I put the intention out to have God answer me, have angels answer me. And I literally felt like by the time I found this third stone, I felt like the angels were almost writing on these stones. And guess what this one says? Don't give up. And the other side of it says, Vegas strong, because we're in Las Vegas. And this part of it says, you are beautiful. So that's my message for you today, is the law of intention. So my question to you would be, what are you intending? When you get up in the morning and you don't like what's going on in your life, and you don't like maybe the people that you surround yourselves with, I have a very, very famous speaker once told me, he said, you know, Janet, no is a complete sentence. So when you find yourself in the energy of people that lower what we call our frequency, or we lower our emotions, or we lower things, then we need to move ourselves out, not judge them, right? Because when you judge them, it means you're judging yourself. But you move yourself out of that energy, right? And I did say to you that fear is a habit. So people say to me, if you start getting into this work, and some of my clients, they say, how long does it take to change a habit? Well, since 99% of life is habit, like when you wake up in the morning, you automatically brush your teeth, right? Well, you have to consciously, not subconsciously, but you have to bring the subconscious conscious and say, you know what, take it a step at a time. Step at a time. Say, okay, I'm going to stop cussing, okay? So the next time you cuss, or the next time something goes on where you don't feel good about it, I'm not judging it, I'm just saying some people want to get rid of that habit, then you notice that you're cussing. So you say to yourself, that's not the truth of my being, so you exchange it for a word that's of higher frequency. So if you do that it depends on the person, it depends on the situation. Normally it takes about 30 days to reprogram a habit, okay? So I tell people, it's like if you go to your computer and you have Word, Microsoft Word, can you go to Publisher and create? No. You have to take the old program out and put the new program in. So with our children, I notice when I work a lot with people that are raising their kids, you want to share with them what you want from them, not what you don't want from them. Because the universe picks up what you say. So in other words, if I say, don't think of a pink elephant, what are you doing? Are you thinking of a pink elephant? So you want to really be careful of the law of the spoken word is so vitally important when it comes to intention, because intention carries a frequency. So I said last week, if I gave you a blank check and it was all the money you could use, the connections, the dream, what would you do with that blank check? What would you do with it? Well, most people don't know, okay? So we're going to be going to commercial break here in a minute, and I'm really excited to bring on my co-host, my resident physician, Dr. Denise Tropea, and we are going to have a blessing for you. We are going to be interviewing Mark Squibb. He is the founder of Live O2, which is a part of our Sapphire Jewel of the Crown. So we will be back in about one or 2 minutes, not long. So get your notepad, get your pen, make some notes, and we'll be right back. This is Dr. Janet Franco, also known as Soulful Rosie, and please stay tuned for the next segment of the show. You'll love it. Thank you.
Introducing the power of Live O2 as a part of our amazing Sapphire Jewel. Live O2, remember to breathe deep and breathe well. Some illnesses, including heart disease, cancer, circulatory disorders, and mental illness, are sometimes related to oxygen deficiencies. Although not a cure, oxygenation therapies generate more oxygen in the body and can contribute to the recovery of disease, as well as help to achieve optimum overall health. Health optimization, yes, enjoy anti-aging, recovery support, and performance. Developed in the 1960s, oxygen multi-step therapy combines oxygen therapy and physical exercise adapted to individual performance levels. LiveO2 oxygenation is power. Recover from fatigue, tune your brain, maintain vitality, optimize your immune system. Oxygen is the breath of life. Now, LiveO2 is here to take that breath with you. Visit soulfulrosie.com for more info. Introducing the power of LiveO2 as a part of our amazing Sapphire Jewel. LiveO2, remember to breathe deep and breathe well. Some illnesses, including heart disease, cancer, circulatory disorders, and mental illness, are sometimes related to oxygen deficiencies. Although not a cure, oxygenation therapies generate more oxygen in the body and can contribute to the recovery of disease as well as help to achieve optimum overall health. Health optimization, yes, enjoy anti-aging, recovery support, and performance. Developed in the 1960s, oxygen multi-step therapy combines oxygen therapy and physical exercise adapted to individual performance levels. LiveO2 oxygenation is power. Recover from fatigue, tune your brain, maintain vitality, optimize your immune system. Oxygen is the breath of life. Now, LiveO2 is here to take that breath with you. Visit soulfulrosie.com for more info. Introducing the power of LiveO2 as a part of our amazing Sapphire Jewel. LiveO2, remember to breathe deep and breathe well. Some illnesses, including heart disease, cancer, circulatory disorders, and mental illness, are sometimes related to oxygen deficiencies. Although not a cure, oxygenation therapies generate more oxygen in the body and can contribute to the recovery of disease as well as help to achieve optimum overall health. Health optimization, yes, enjoy anti-aging, recovery support, and performance. Developed in the 1960s, oxygen multi-step therapy combines oxygen therapy and physical exercise adapted to individual performance levels. LiveO2 oxygenation is power. Recover from fatigue, tune your brain, maintain vitality, optimize your immune system. Oxygen is the breath of life. Now, LiveO2 is here to take that breath with you. Visit soulfulrosie.com for more info. Introducing the power of LiveO2 as a part of our amazing Sapphire Jewel. LiveO2, remember to breathe deep and breathe well. Some illnesses, including heart disease, cancer, circulatory disorders, and mental illness, are sometimes related to oxygen deficiencies. Although not a cure, oxygenation therapies generate more oxygen in the body and can contribute to the recovery of disease as well as help to achieve optimum overall health. Health optimization, yes, enjoy anti-aging, recovery support, and performance. Developed in the 1960s, oxygen multi-step therapy combines oxygen therapy and physical exercise adapted to individual performance levels. LiveO2 oxygenation is power. Recover from fatigue, tune your brain, maintain vitality, optimize your immune system. Oxygen is the breath of life. Now, LiveO2 is here to take that breath with you. Visit soulfulrosie.com for more info. Introducing the power of LiveO2 as a part of our amazing Sapphire Jewel. LiveO2, remember to breathe deep and breathe well. Some illnesses, including heart disease, cancer, circulatory disorders, and mental illness, are sometimes related to oxygen deficiencies. Although not a cure, oxygenation therapies generate more oxygen in the body and can contribute to the recovery of disease as well as help to achieve optimum overall health. Health optimization, yes, enjoy anti-aging, recovery support, and performance. Developed in the 1960s, oxygen multi-step therapy combines oxygen therapy and physical exercise adapted to individual performance levels. LiveO2 oxygenation is power. Recover from fatigue, tune your brain, maintain vitality, optimize your immune system. Oxygen is the breath of life. Now, LiveO2 is here to take that breath with you. Visit soulfulrosie.com for more info. Introducing the power of LiveO2 as a part of our amazing Sapphire Jewel. LiveO2, remember to breathe deep and breathe well. Some illnesses, including heart disease, cancer, circulatory disorders, and mental illness, are sometimes related to oxygen deficiencies. Although not a cure, oxygenation therapies generate.
And we are back. We are back to the Soulful Rosie and Friends radio show, and this is Dr. Janet Franco, also known as Soulful Rosie. So now I had told you about a very special interview that we're going to be doing today on Zoom. You know, today we're using Zoom everywhere, right? But before we get to Mark Squibb, I want to bring on the amazing, the most talented, smart, our resident physician for the Triple Crown of Health and Wellness, Dr. Denise Tropea. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure. And we have so much to talk about today.
Amen.
And we're just so honored that we can have Mark Squibb on a short interview. Although we're just going to touch the surface of this amazing technology that he has developed. And so there will be more to come.
Oh, this is
but
only the
just to
beginning.
get started with Mark, he's a compulsive inventor.
That's funny, Mark.
And this is his flagship product called LiveO2, evolved from family health problems that put him on this journey to devise the most powerful, effective, affordable health tool on the planet. Health tool because it delivers oxygen to us, and without oxygen, we're not going very far.
And very affordable.
Yes, and since the invention of LiveO2 platform, it's become the cornerstone for health with nutrient utilities that resolve addictions, minimize illness, roll back age. Oh, that's that fountain of youth, unbelievable. And most users have said that 10 to 20 years of their lifestyle has been put in the other direction. So that's the way to go. So now, without further ado, we're going to introduce Mark Squibb. Pleasure
Hello,
to have
Mark.
you.
Welcome to the show.
Hello there.
So good to see you. It's amazing
Well, good
what's
to see
going
you.
on. Yes. Well, the last time you were here, we did this, right? Mark is on the back of our Triple Crown of Health and Wellness. We had our experts here with My Vegas Magazine. We did a nice photo shoot, and there's, you know, cute little Mark there with us. So Mark, you know I've been in oxygen therapy for quite a long time, working with veterans and hyperbaric and being a part of this amazing breakthrough with oxygen and restoration of the brain and all kinds of stuff. But we want to turn it over to you because since I've known you and I've met you, we are in a whole new day when it comes to oxygen therapy and being able to help these people out there with mental illness, drug addiction. So we turn it over to you now. Tell us a little bit more about LiveO2 and the power of this amazing piece of equipment. Go ahead.
Well, let me try to be a little humble. You know, all of the power is really already within the body, and that, you know, as I've traveled my journey, which started out with trying to help my mom, and then, you know, recovering my son who had I'll call it injuries and diseases. What happened was that as I got in there, it's like, well, really the fundamental problem was that oxygen to various parts of their body, the supply had been disrupted. So, you know, that put me, you know, heading down the path of saying, okay, if something's wrong and you fix the problem, then the body is amazing at putting itself right. So what I discovered is what is the best way to turn the oxygen supply back on? And so, like, everything I'm doing around this oxygen path is really just trying to leverage what's available in nature. And at the end of the day, it's not very complicated. Just to be clear, I think more of myself as a plumber, and that the process of, you know, getting a brain to work better or getting any part of the body to work better is really a matter of hooking a pump up to a pipe and squirting blood with as much oxygen as possible, as hard as possible, to and through the tissue, which restores the supply. And then once that happens, nature takes its course and things start working better.
Well, you know, people are probably their head is spinning, going, okay, how does the application work? Because I know we can use this in gyms now. People can buy it for their home use, and So explain the actual device itself, Mark, and how easy it really is. And children can use this too, right?
Sure. So we have users, well, I have family users that started as low as 8, and we just interviewed my dad the other day. He's 85. Okay, so the technology, even though it sounds complicated, is very, very simple. Basically, you put on a mask and you exercise, and then you switch your respiratory mixture between oxygen-rich and oxygen-reduced air. And what that does is it uses your own heart and lungs to send as much oxygen as your body is physically capable of anywhere and everywhere in the body. So, like, say, for instance, somebody's got a brain that isn't working as well or as properly as it should. We got a technique that says, okay, get on a piece of exercise equipment, exercise, and that will automatically increase your heart and lungs and your respiratory rate. And if you exercise in particular ways, then all of a sudden the body will say, oh, gee, I'm going to send as much blood to the brain as possible. Then you throw a switch and blast the blood that's going to the brain with as much oxygen as possible. And, for example, there's some numbers that say you can get about 24 times normal blood to the brain. And if there's any part of the brain that needs to heal or isn't working like it should, as a result of not enough oxygen, that problem usually gets fixed.
So it's really amazing where you can do super oxygenation in about 15 minutes.
Correct. And it's very simple. And that's the thing that people get confused about is like, no, it's basically exercise.
And what type of results would you expect people to be getting?
Okay, so, like, for example, if I were to take you guys, you ladies, which are very bright and beautiful, okay, by oxygenating your brains to a level that you've never experienced before. If I gave you an IQ test before, I trained you, and I gave you an IQ test after, it would be normal to measure between 5 and 15% increase in your IQ. And this works for almost everybody. And by IQ, I mean fluid IQ, which is basically measuring the functional performance of your nervous system, including cognitive abilities and everything. So it's just like, think about it as a brain. If you oxygenate the brain, it's going to work better. And that's true for every organ, including the skin. So the other thing that we see, and I don't mean to go too far, but your skin's going to be more healthy because it's well oxygenated. So everything your skin does is going to work better. Same for your liver and every other organ in your body.
Mark, working in hyperbaric for the last 10 years, I saw you on Kathy Ireland. I saw that interview you did. I watched it yesterday. And it's interesting because you mentioned that, where it takes about 40 to 50 dives in hyperbaric to get the oxygen from the blood into the plasma. And that's the key, is when it gets into the plasma, then you see stem cell, you see new capillaries and all this. So how quick, what is the comparison to hyperbaric versus LiVO2 to be able to oxygenate the plasma?
Most people on LiVO2 will get so much oxygen they'll enter a physiologically therapeutic state in about 3 minutes.
It's really unbelievable.
This is easy to measure, and if you try to get, you try to reach that state within a hyperbaric, the normal hyperbaric dive is an hour to an hour and a half, and that's assuming you're using $75,000 or $100,000 medical hyperbaric chamber that goes to 2 to 3 atmospheres. With LiVO2, we usually see clinically significant responses, in under 15 minutes. So, like 15 minutes compared to many hours. And so when we're supporting people that have had concussions and various other things, it is common, if not typical, to see or measure quantitative improvement in physiological performance in 5 sessions, which would be, within a week, which is a total dwell time of maybe an hour. Compared to, if you were to compare that with hyperbaric, you'd be talking about 50 to 60 dives. So at a minimum, LiVO2 would be 50 to 60 times more effective and faster and cheaper than hyperbaric.
Well, I work a lot with obviously mental illness and drug addiction with veterans and anoxic babies. And so, is there an application for protocol? I know that you have it. I just wanted you to share it with younger children. Is there anything we can do with little Christopher with the LiveO2, because he can't ride a bike, obviously? So, what do we do to help these younger people or people that can't really walk? What is the application there?
Well, there's a couple of different techniques, and it depends on where they're at. So, like, for example, hyperthermia is a lovely technique. You can take somebody and put the mask on them and have them get in a sauna, and then the effort that their body, or the work their body has to do to cool themselves can, basically it drives detox, but it also gets the heart rate up. So, we've got specific protocols around immunity or immune fortification, which are very helpful in modern days with modern viruses and stuff. So that's one technique where somebody can use LiveO2 without having to exercise. And then another technique is, you can use a device like this, which is basically a airflow resistance trainer. So if somebody's even paralyzed and they can only sit in a chair and breathe, the amount of extra work that they have to do with their intercostal muscles can actually constitute a workout. So sort of the minimum standard or minimum threshold for somebody to be able to physically use LiveO2 is they need to be able to breathe. And so anybody that can't breathe, probably we can't help.
Okay, we have about another minute here, Mark. I wanted you to give your final thoughts before we go to commercial, and we're going to have you on again. I want to do a special edition with you for a whole hour and have people on that have,
because there's just so much more information.
We're just touching the surface here.
Yes.
But give us your final thoughts before the commercial. I'd like you to give out your website, and I know they can go to soulfulrosie.com because we're hooked up now with you. But give us our last thoughts real quick, about 20 seconds.
Oxygen helps, if not fixes, everything.
Wow.
I don't want to beat around the bush, and it's appropriate or necessary no matter who you are or how old you are. And if you can't use LiveO2, then by all means go use a hyperbaric. But, really oxygen is is the first thing that matters.
Yes.
If you want to live well or be healthy.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. We are now going to be going to commercial break. We have somebody very special in the studio, actually, a beautiful woman that's here with us today. I want to thank Mark again. It's just, again, top of the iceberg, isn't it?
Yes.
But guess what? I know you guys have heard of elderberry, but you haven't had elderberry until you've had Las Vegas elderberry with Christina Marie. So we're going to be back in a minute, and we're going to be having our conversation and a taste test on set with you guys. We'll be right back.
As we continue to grow and build a brand, social media shows continue to develop and discover new possibilities to help one another. Our affordable services will help us move to the next level of our journey. Host your own show to inspire or entertain others for as low as $150 per month.
You have 20 shows a week, live stream. Yes, awesome.
We are looking for sponsors. We showcase your business products and services on our network to be seen by your target market for as low as $200 a month.
That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations.
Let us promote and advertise your event, giving your venue the red carpet treatment. This platform allows venues that feature entertainment, singers, bands, DJs, comedy, fashion, corporate events, and family events to be showcased in a new direction that also involves your audiences starts at $200 an hour. We also provides video editing, website builder, commercial video for your business, music videos, photography, provided by our affiliates. As we build our community, we pay it forward. Our nonprofit organization GI Connections is all about giving back to our community. Join us create outreach programs to help our community and live a happy, peaceful, and unity. Let us
Hello, we are back. This is Dr. Janet Franco, also known as Soulful Rosie, here with my resident physician, Dr. Denise Tropea. Well, to my right, to your left maybe, right? We have somebody in studio today. And Christina Marie, I've actually known her for a long time, and I've seen this amazing company evolve from a dream and from family, just like you guys know about my children. So welcome to the show, Christina.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. So elderberry is so hot right now, and you have something else here. We have them in studio. We're going to do a taste test today. So we have sea moss and we have elderberry. So let's start with the elderberry story. I know you have quite a story of your family and how it evolved, and this is America, people. So people have a dream. Remember the law of intention? That's what she used to do this. So tell us how you got into elderberry.
Yeah. Law of intention, but kind of unintentionally. So how it got started was I have 5 kids, but at that time I had 3, and they were all young. And when one would get sick, they would all get sick. And we only use natural means in our house. So I would pull out my basket of goodies, which consisted of homeopathics, vitamin C's, herbal remedies. Really, I had something for everything. But it got a little frustrating because every time they got sick, with these types of things, you have to take them frequently, right, for them to work. So it got frustrating because, take this, okay, time to take this, okay, time to take this. And the battle of getting them to take it and so on and so forth. And then one time they got really sick. It was like the worst sickness that we had experienced thus far. So I went to the store. I'm searching through the health food, like, okay, what can I get here that's different and new? And I spoke to the person that was working there, and he's like, oh my gosh, it sounds like they have this terrible virus. And I was a young mom, and I was like, oh my gosh.
And this was before this other crazy
yes,
virus, right?
Yes. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't want them to end up in the hospital. And he's like, you need this and this and this and that. And he recommended elderberry syrup. It was the first time I had ever heard of it. And I looked at the bottle, and I was kind of hesitant because it was about this big, and I had 3 kids, and you have to keep taking it
every day.
So I'm like, how many bottles do I need? So I bought 2 bottles. The only reason why I bought it was because it said it was clinically proven to reduce cold and flu within 24 or 48 hours.
And it does. I've been using it for over 15 years now.
Yeah. So I gave it to my kids, and there was some things in it that I wasn't happy with, some dyes and glycerins that aren't sourced from great ways. And so I gave it to them, and I was very dissatisfied. I really did not notice that it did anything. And I wondered why, because it's clinically proven, right? So it should work. So I started to do some research, and I found out that, yes, it is clinically proven, and there are amazing studies. But why didn't this one work for me? Well, what it turned out to be is the concentration levels were I'm guessing they were probably pretty poor in the product that I had purchased at that time. So I decided I would start to formulate my own for my family. So that's what I did. And I also additionally added in 11 other herbs. To make it better. And I'll tell you, the results completely different than
what
the
year
one
was
I
this?
bought.
Like, this was quite a long time ago.
Yeah, this was in 2014.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's evolved,
great.
right? So can you share a couple things that are in here besides the elderberry?
Yeah, so there is orange peel, lemon peel, star anise, ginger. We use raw local honey, which has its own host of benefits and great for allergies and things like that. Nettle leaf, which is also amazing for allergies. And a bunch of other stuff as well. I mean, I could go on and on about all the ingredients and all their benefits. It goes well beyond just cold and flu. It's a great thing to take on a daily basis.
Just for the immune system, and especially the big buzzword with immune system today, right? So and I'm going to tell you, this stuff is great. I've been on it for like over a year now, and it's amazing, Christina, what you've developed here. So now you started selling it like to friends, or just giving it to friends?
Yeah, so I run a healthy group buying club here in Vegas, and what we do is we go in, as most of us are parents, we go in together as group purchases so that we can get discounts on things and make it more affordable. So I started to offer it to that group of people. And I didn't intend on starting a business out of it. I just was so blown away at how amazing it worked. I mean, I didn't have to give my kids any of the other stuff that I had in the basket anymore. It was a one and done. Their colds went from lasting 4 to 8 to 10 days to 1 to maybe 3 days.
I'll attest to that. I've used
Yeah,
it.
I mean, it just works like that.
Yes.
So I started providing it to people within the community, and people just kept coming
It's
back.
so important to get the children started on this at a young age. The body gets used to it, then the body yearns it, and it craves it. So
Yes,
that's
yes.
wonderful what you're doing.
Thank you. And the
Wonderful.
kids ask for it
Yeah.
every day.
Of
They're
course
like,
they're
really
gonna ask
good.
for
elderberry.
it because your
Yes.
body is craving
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Yes, you know, much
Yeah.
like it craves stuff that's not good for
Right.
us. But when we
She's got
switch,
and she's got popsicles with elderberry for kids.
that's
Kids
right.
popsicles.
Yes, I know.
Perfect.
Go to that
Perfect.
website. Oh,
Different
my
different
gosh.
flavors and it's
Yes,
awesome, right?
because we have, the occasional really picky child that doesn't want to take it. For the most part, kids love the taste of it. But for those who are extra picky or just want a summer treat that's healthy and not full of sugar, we do have wellness pops, and they're frozen, and they have a serving of an adult serving of elderberry in each one. And there's no added sugars or anything like that.
And
So
it
and they
tastes so
taste really good. Yeah.
So we want to have a taste test. So let's go to the sea moss. The sea moss is really
Ooh,
cool
yes.
stuff.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm excited
I'm blown
about
away
that.
by it. And again, I've been taking it for quite a while. So explain the sea moss.
Yeah, so sea moss gel is one of our newer products. It has a lot of benefits as well. One of the main benefits is it also boosts the immune system. It is great for your skin, your organs, all of your connective
Colon, right?
tissue.
Yes.
Yes, it is an amazing gut healer. Yeah, so it has, and that's just to kind of touch briefly on it. People use it internally and also externally as a facial mask. 'cause it's
Wow.
amazing
Facial
for the
mask,
skin.
you use this, do you put this with it or
Yes.
just?
You can mix it within your elderberry and take it all at once. You can take it separate. You can put this in your tea. You can put this in your tea. Some people mix this with their jelly and they put it on their toast because it is a gel. So yeah, you can take it just straight out the spoon.
Well, we got to try it.
Yeah.
So while she's getting ready, why don't you go ahead and mix that up, I guess,
Okay.
is what you want to do, right? And we're going to give this a try. We're going to give some to our producer, Maria, and we have Nate with us today, so we're all going to get a taste of this. Because I got to tell you something. I've been on this for, I don't know, about a year now, and I have not been sick.
Well,
I have
you
not
know,
been sick.
that I've been walking that talk for I don't know how many years.
Especially with this thing going on right now.
Well, I
Right,
told
right.
you what happened when I went into the health food store before the pandemic started. They were almost out of elderberry. And I'm saying to myself, this is the first time I've ever seen that in the time that I've been, because I go out and get it all the time. Now I get Christina's.
Now this is the
But-
triple crown of elderberry,
Yes,
right?
yes, but now,
Of course.
but I was like, wow, I'm glad everyone got the memo. Because, it's about time. This is what we need to do. We need to boost our immune system.
Yes.
We need to be out there, with the elements.
might
This
need a
is the
band
way,
with them.
this is the way life is.
Okay, apparently
We
being
need to bring
good.
someone on
Oh,
set here to help
there we
us open.
go.
Come on, Nate.
Yeah,
got
she's
it.
got it.
I got
She's
it.
got
Thank
it.
you.
Cool.
Did you have your Wheaties today?
Apparently I
And
need more
it's
elderberry.
just so important. And here she is. This is something that just kind of came to her, or is it how she was led? I mean, at the first meeting, Christine, I'm like, she's like the modern day medicine woman.
That's right.
This is
Alchemist.
wonderful.
That's right.
And we all have that healing abilities inside
But let's go back
of
to the
us.
law of intention while she's doing this.
Right.
That was her intent,
That's right.
Because of her own experience, like I did with my kids when they were sick. My intent was to take what I knew and who I knew and bring it out to you so you don't have to go through the same things that we all went through, right? So she's going to be giving us here a little bit. Now, I do this every day. I've already had mine today, but I'm going to get another. So how much do you suggest adults take of this?
About a tablespoon. If you're well, if you're feeling not so great, you can take double or triple. It is a food, so most of my clients use it pretty intuitively, just based off of how you're feeling. Start at about a tablespoon. You can go up to about a 3 tablespoons. Some people do more. Some people pour a glass full and they sip on it.
Yeah.
It's
I'd
really-
like to mix it
oh
in
my
my
gosh!
tea.
I sold
mix
a
it in
bottle.
my tea.
I sold a
Yes.
bottle to a friend of mine, and he
Thank
drank the
you.
whole thing.
Oh,
He drank the
wow.
whole thing because he didn't read the directions.
I've had people do that on purpose. They couldn't control themselves and they call me, oh my gosh, am I going to get sick? I drank this whole bottle. You're fine. How are your bowels?
Yeah, that's probably
Don't
about
do that
it.
again.
So go ahead, go ahead and give it to our set helpers here, our
Lord, I think I have a
producers.
hole in here.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my!
Go
oh
ahead and drink it. Go ahead and
my.
drink it.
Oh, drink it. Let me drink it now.
Oh, it's going.
Oh, that's. Oh, wow.
Isn't that good?
Oh, very good.
Isn't that
Excellent.
great?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that good?
Oh yes, yes. Oh yes.
So let's talk about how they can get a hold of you, because I know, isn't that great? They're all like, isn't that great? We got to all be on this every day. With our, Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
everything is organic. All the ingredients that are used are always organic. Yeah.
Highly recommend.
Well, you know, with the elderberry itself, the certain berries you get, I know that you get really good quality, and you have different types of elderberry, right? There's a different type of elderberry that you use as well.
We
Yeah,
also
this one
use
here.
aronia. We have two different kinds. One has aronia berry in it, in addition to the elderberry and the 11 other herbs. And aronia berry is equally as amazing as the elderberry, if not more amazing. It actually beats it out in antioxidant levels.
Wow.
So the two together are just a complete powerhouse.
Amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, and it can be purchased at elderberrysource.com. We have local pickup here in Vegas.
Elderberrysource.com.
And
Awesome.
shipping is also available.
And if you say Rosie, right? If you
Yes.
put in the code Rosie, you'll get a discount.
Yes.
So we're going to have, maybe in the next couple of weeks, have her back on, and maybe bring a couple people on that are on it, because we really want to share what people are doing in Las Vegas. We want to share these amazing stories of inspiration, which is our next segment, by the way. It's our heart-to-heart section of the show. So thank you so much for being with us
Yes,
today.
thank you.
And thank you for keeping on, because again, I've known her for a while, and it's just what I've seen her go through to bring it to this place. You guys don't have to worry about it. It's just premium Triple Crown elderberry. So we will be back in about 1 or 2 minutes, and we are going to be going into our heart-to-heart section of the show, and we're going to be talking about a little bit about veterans, and we're going to be talking about her passion, which are homeless children, foster children, and how we can help these kids. Okay, so we will be right back. This is Soulful Rosie, Christina Marie, and Dr. Denise Tropea. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Don't go away. Thank you.
Hey, Soulful Rosie here. This is technical, but the instructions needed for an organism to grow, develop, survive, and reproduce can be found in your DNA. DNA is the genetic code and your unique blueprint. The main role of the DNA is to store information. DNA can be found in every cell of your body, like 30 trillion cells we have. Cells are the basic building blocks of all living organisms and convert nutrients to energy so our cells can function. Exciting news! We can now restore the DNA. Yes, that's what I said. Restore and repair the DNA with the greatest breakthrough in human science. It's called Immune Regen, distributed by Forever Healthy Products. This cutting-edge formula contains millions of nucleotides that repair the coding of your DNA. We have found it. Now all you have to do is take it. Build that immune system. In the world today, the best defense is to be the defense. Give your body those tools it needs, and it will do the rest. Go to soulfulrosie.com and click on the shopping cart, and it'll take you directly to the website.
Live streaming on social media is the best new way to interact and bond with your community. Do you love to encourage, motivate, and empower others, but you do not know how? Well, your opportunity starts with us on social media shows. We have 20 shows a week live streamed across the globe, with a reach of over 80,000 and growing. So you can host your own show, and you can be anything you want to be. So let's bring the community together, and let's bring the world to you. Join us now.
And hello, we are back. This is Soulful Rosie and friends. I am Dr. Janet Franco, also known as Soulful Rosie, here with my resident physician, Dr. Denise Tropea. Wasn't that an amazing segment with Christina? You're wearing it on your clothes.
I am. I mean, I just love the purple. And I have on all the purple. I have our quantum color along with this beautiful amethyst necklace from Nate. He's another one of our local artists here.
Yes,
they're all artists. It all comes from the heart.
I got mine here too. I got this and
and
this.
I have the tiger eye. Look at that one.
Yes,
and
beautiful.
This is just beautiful as well. The energy, his quality is superior. So here we are.
Well, each week we're gonna wear one and we're gonna model it for Nate, and you'll be able to find actually his jewelry on soulfulrosie.com, ROSIE, and you're going to click right on the jewelry tab and you'll go right to his page with the shopping cart and take you right to his website. So go to soulfulrosie, ROSIE.com, and we'll talk to Nate directly and just maybe we can get you a little special. We can get you a little Rosie special.
Yeah, we'll do a little like crystal education.
Because we have to have Nate on because all these different stones from the amethyst to all of them, I would love, because we talk about quantum,
right.
And what better way for quantum to be available to you is by wearing the earth on your body, right?
They all carry a frequency.
That's right.
They all have special meanings. They all help with our healing process.
Absolutely.
I just love crystals.
I know,
and
right?
I get a little carried away, but you know what? You can never have enough.
Did you know the rose crystal is 0 point tolerance? You know what that is? That's non-resistant. So it basically means God in a rock. And that's the rose crystal. So the rose oil now has the highest frequency of an oil on the planet. So that's why we're Soulful Rosie, because we want to bring you
and rose quartz. What is that all about?
Amen. There you go. That's all frequency, right? It's a conductor.
Yes,
it's a conductor.
Frequency.
So again, any of this beautiful jewelry we're wearing, he does customized jewelry. He does just an amazing. He's got stuff for the nights. We're here, Las Vegas Nights, locally in town. So we want to support Nate because again, somebody locally here in Las Vegas that we're all about supporting our local community. Thank you, Nate. So let's go to this heart-to-heart section. It's Soulful Rosie's segment, Heart to Heart. And people know me for a long time as a humanitarian, many, many years now. Love working with veterans, love working with children, battered women I've worked with over the years. So I want to let you know that today, last week we talked about veterans, and you're going to see the Warrior Speak video at the end of the show. That Warrior Speak video is very, very important. We're going to be doing a documentary with 4 warriors. 2 will be veterans, and 1 is a retired fire captain, actually, and 1 is a sergeant, police sergeant, and they're all injured. And we're going to take their story and we're going to introduce them to the Triple Crown of Health and Wellness, and we're going to take their journey with them. This is something that is very rare because normally they don't tell their stories, but these 4 are willing to share their stories and bring their lives to you up close and personal. So check and look at that video at the end of the hour, and that's how we're going to exit the show. But let's talk about children today. Yes. We're going to talk about foster children, and I know you have an amazing friend that you've got to know, and her daughter started this, right? This charity?
It's just an amazing story. When I think of children, underprivileged, foster children, what is it natural to feel it, but you just feel like, what can I do? Yeah. I see that I was able to, been blessed with my children and how they have gotten, their educations, a family life. Yes. But these kids, they really have it tough. Yeah. And that's always been a part of me. I said, I want to work with the kids. Well, I found the nonprofit Kids Uplifting Kids. Nice. And it was formed by 4 young
kids,
gals. Oh. Yes, 4 young kids.
There's a little indigos out there right now.
Yes, they're 2 sets of sisters, and I know the 2 out of the 4 personally. And their mom, she's also on their board of directors. Another, they just say, another humanitarian family. Another family that is willing to give, and they want to share, and they want to help the over 4,000 foster kids in the Clark County district.
4,000 just in this community?
Yes, just in this, to help them have some sort of normalcy. For example, this weekend, being Easter weekend, they're working with Child Haven, and we've donated a whole load of activities for them to do for Easter, just to give them these activities that make them feel, get a feel for what's going on, get a feel for the holiday, and we want to do more. We know we can do so much more to give them some form of normalcy in their lives. Because I just feel they're so vulnerable.
No. Now, the people watching, what can they do to help? What can we do to help?
Well, they do have a website. They're on a Facebook, Kids Uplifting Kids. You can email them.
Do they need toys?
Or donations.
Clothes?
Oh, yes, donations. I think if you emailed and you ask them, what are your needs right now, they will be able to get back to you and let you know what their next, projects are.
You mentioned something about Easter. They're doing an Easter event with...
Yeah, at the Child Haven.
Child
I believe
Haven.
it is. Yeah, like we donated a bunch of activities for them to
Nice.
do,
Nice.
and this way they have to do that for the day. And then, who knows? We're going to now go into the summertime, so there's a lot of other things we can
Now,
possibly
can people
do.
come out to
Different
this event?
workshops.
Can the public come out to this event?
I'm not sure. I'm not 100%
Okay,
sure.
so they can go to the website. What's
But
the
I know
website?
they can go to the website. It's Kids Uplifting Kids.
I think it's spelled
.org.
K.
Yeah, KIDZ, Uplifting Kids, and you can go to the website. Or we can just have that, yes, it's kidsupliftingkids.org, yes. They go to the website and find out what they have going on.
Great.
And I will also be very instrumental in different workshops that we're going to be having. I would love to do a beading workshop. We would love to do things and possibly even help them with planting and gardening.
Or beading.
Or
with
beading.
Nate.
That's what we want to do. We want to get them and continue to have these events with them. And I've got really an army of people behind me that always say, "How can I help?" And I'm like, let's do it.
You know what's amazing? Again, we're in Las Vegas, but some people think of Las Vegas as like Sin City, right? That's what they've talked about for years. But I did a study one time, and do you know Las Vegas gives more to charity than any city in the country? Did you know that?
Yes.
And we do a lot here for our community. I raised my boys here. We were always in baseball, and it was just, again, people want to help, but sometimes they don't know how. Like when I'm working with veterans, they like, how can we help? That's a hard thing when you're dealing with suicidal veterans, or you're dealing with PTSD, or you're dealing with some of these vets that are just really, really going through some hard times. And then their kids. I would love to be able to bring some of the veterans' families in with these kids, because I don't know if you know what Gold Star families are, but these are families of lost soldiers, and these families are left to fend for themselves. I know they don't make much in the government. So we want to support as much as we can. We want to restore their brain with things like LiveO2. We want to be able to donate the DNA repair. We want to help anoxic babies like little Christopher. By the way, I did an interview with Christopher the other day. Christopher had a near drowning when he was 17 months old, and he was as hard as his table when I met him. That's how hard he was. He couldn't see. His eyes were just completely like marbles. We got him hyperbaric oxygen treatments. We got him the Avicen machine, which is microcirculation. We got him DNA repair. And we're starting to see Christopher back. He can track now. He's starting to sit up a little bit. I mean, we're going to have him on the show. And next week, I want to show the interview I did with his grandparents and the little kids that she has to raise now, because the mother can't raise them, so she's raising them. So in closing this amazing show today, we had Mark Squibb with LiveO2. Please go back. If you're late seeing the show, go back. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on BitChute, we're all over the place. So please support the show, and if you're interested in becoming a part of our show, be an interview, or if you have an amazing product, please get a hold of us. And again, go to Soulful Rosie, ROSIE.com, and we have the Triple Crown of Health and Wellness little graphic there. You click on that and it'll take you into the Triple Crown with all of the data and all the information. And I am going to talk to Christina about putting some elderberry information on the website. Wouldn't that be cool to know more about elderberry?
Oh, absolutely. It all comes together. It's all education.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're all about.
So I remember when my kids were very sick and I had a brain injured baby when I was a very young mom, you either allow people just to become science projects for your children, or you take the ball and you learn, and you, like Christina did and like I did, you take it back and you learn and you evolve yourself and you understand the research. And again, everything that's going on right now, do your research before you put anything in your body. And I'm telling you that directly from Soulful Rosie. Do your research.
And ditto from the doctor.
Amen. So we're going to
Please
sign
do.
off. We have the Warrior Speak video that we're going to be showing now in closing the show. We enjoyed our show so much today, and I hope you take out and go and find the law of intention in your life and find your intent. Find that dream that you want. If you need help with that, get a hold of us. God bless you, and remember, when love and intent align with the mind, body, and spirit, we create the art of soulful living. Thank you so much, and thank you. God bless. Bye-bye now.
Hi there, Dr. Janet Franco here, also known as Soulful Rosie. It's time to take action and join us as we spend these precious moments with our heroes. You will soon meet our 4 brave warriors while they share their courageous stories. Follow our team as we go deep within a space and time rarely felt and seen. Suicides are at all-time high. PTSD is out of control. Please help us help them. How, you ask? It's been an honor to have worked with our military veterans and their families, as well as our first responders over the last 15 years.
As we continue to grow and build a brand, social media shows continue to develop and discover new possibilities to help one another. Our affordable services will help us move to the next level of our journey. Host your own show to inspire or entertain others for as low as $150 per month.
You have 20 shows a week, live stream.
We are looking for sponsors. We showcase your business products and services on our network to be